afternoon. I'm Rosemary O'Neill, CEO of Narrative, and I'm really pleased to share our vision for the new content economy with you. So once upon a time, we were happy to be uploading our stories and articles up into the social networks. We knew that we could go and we could subscribe to content that interested us and know that it was going to show up in our feed when we went back to look for it. But somewhere along the way, ads and algorithms got in the way, and now big social isn't really working for us anymore. In fact, we're working for these guys from Twitter, Facebook, and Google, whether we know it or not. They're the ones who are reaping the rewards of our hard work and our content. Everything that we post is contributing to their economy, not your own. There's no transparency, no accountability, and there's no recourse for you if there's a problem. Their economic motive is to increase their profits by selling more ads. And we know that content publishers are suffering, brands are suffering, and people who just want to write content are suffering, crowded out by the ad machine, which makes everything pay to play. Where's the creativity? Where's the fun in that? The new content economy, as we describe it, is driven by quality and reputation rather than black box decisions and expediency. We're seeking to change the way this all works. We don't need to be satisfied with the status quo, and we certainly don't need to be the subjects of psychological experiments either. It's time for a new path. Narrative seeks to reward the creator first, artists, bloggers, journalists, and others who want to create their art free of distraction. We know there's always going to be an urge to write, an urge to create. That's not going to go away. And getting rewarded for your hard work is just the icing on the cake. We know there's demand for social content as well, and demand for brand content that can effectively reach the consumer. Steemit, which is an existing social network, has shown there's a market for social content monetized on the blockchain. And Medium has also recently switched over to an author rewards model as well. This represents a tectonic shift in the way users see social networks. Things are really changing. And we know that regulators are paying attention as well right now with the EU GDPR privacy regulations coming into effect in the coming year and more calls for data control and data privacy every day. It's frustrating when big social makes decisions that affect millions of users without warning and without recourse. So we're looking to change that by putting the users in charge. We sit in a unique space within our competitive landscape where we are actually focusing on the users. We're providing a lot more transparency and visibility for admin actions. We're going to use blockchain to bring sunlight to admin and moderator actions, but we're not going to lock out those of you who aren't interested in cryptocurrency. We're making it easy for the non-crypto people to participate in the content economy as well. Narrative has 3 different content spaces. One is a personal journal where you can share your own content. We will also have subject-based niches, which will be available for people to purchase and run. And then we'll also share brand spaces for corporations to come in and share their own branded content. We have an elegant, self-sustaining economic model in Narrative. The token sale will be the big bang that sets this off, but you can see that we have sources of revenue in, sources of revenue out. Nerve is the name of our token, and it's a true utility token with utility over the long term. It will be used inside of our system and probably also traded on the exchanges as well. We know that we can deliver on the bold promise of Narrative because we have a very strong, proven team of business people who have been running actual businesses. This is not a fly-by-night idea. This is something that's been in the work for years. We're licensing proven community technology, and I've personally been in the community space for almost 20 years, so I know how things work. We are also building in our self-sustaining economic model. These three things are going to allow us to get a jump on things and make sure that our platform rolls out in an effective way. This is our management team, consisting all people who have been in the online community space, infrastructure, and communication, with also an expert in e-learning systems, which will be another valuable component of the platform. We have the most amazing advisor team. Just wanted to quickly touch on them. We have a former Coca-Cola brand manager. We have the founder of Ancestry.com. Also, the original Locker Gnome himself, Chris Pirillo, one of the original big content creators on the web, and Christopher Penn, who has expertise in machine learning and AI. We're seeking to raise around $25 million in our token sale, which starts officially January 16th. Just to put my plug in there. We're going to be using the token sale funds to staff up our developer team, build out the infrastructure for Narrative, and also marketing and branding, because a lot of this will be a marketing exercise. We have a three-pronged user acquisition strategy. I know everyone's sitting there going, how are you going to get people to use this thing? I think that it's going to be really attractive from a reward standpoint, but also from a creator standpoint, people who want to focus on their art. Step one is going to be bringing on board key influencers who will bring their audiences along, and we've already started that outreach process, starting with our advisor team. Step two is going to be creating a viral loop so that member get member happens. When we onboard new members to Narrative, they can invite their friends. And then also step three is building up an importer base so that folks who are currently blogging or publishing on things like WordPress will be able to easily port their content over and bring their audiences with them as well. We have an aggressive roadmap. As I mentioned, we're licensing existing technology to get a jump start on development. So we're looking to actually release our beta platform in Q3 of 2018. We know also that advertising is going to be a key revenue source coming in. So we're going to make sure the ad tech is integrated as our next step in Q1 of 2019. Then we're going to focus on having separate language instances for the major language groups, starting with Spanish and then going on to French and German. That could be reprioritized. If you all vote and want to have Hebrew as the first language, just let me know. I can arrange that for you. So that's Narrative in a nutshell. I'm really pleased to be here, my first time in Israel. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Toda rabah.